Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is a really personal one and one I have wanted to film for so long, or at least parts of this video for so long, because long story short, I created this YouTube channel to, or at least be inspired by the YouTubers that I watched who were open and honest and let their personality kind of shine through the camera. And in the last year and a half, I want to say, I've just completely and utterly hid who I am on my YouTube channel to protect myself. There is so many things that go on in other people's lives that you will never know about, through physical, mental health, situational issues, relationships, family issues. I've experienced quite an extreme amount of stress and emotion in every single one of those categories in the last year, and nobody would have a clue on here. And that's not what I wanted this channel to be about. I just wanted to do like a sit down vlog, but all I can focus on is how horrible I look and how pale my skin is, and it's just so infuriating because it's stopping me from being honest with you guys about who I am. And it's like, it's just this barrier between me and the camera. I've put some makeup on today because I just did not want to do this video without any makeup, but I'm not going anywhere. I've literally just put this on, but I wasn't going to fake tan because I just could not be bothered. But yeah, I feel like I always have to do a disclaimer on why I just look like shit in every video. Today's video is me being honest with you guys about my life, and maybe just me getting some things out that are really hard to talk about. This video is not scripted or anything, but I've just got some pointers that I'm going to be looking at because I've got some things I want to cover. So I've kind of spoken about how I do hold back on this channel, especially my personality, and I guess you kind of, is it a chameleon? Like, you become a chameleon around different people, especially who you are, like by yourself. I find I'm one person by myself and I feel so many things, and then around different people I hide or show those things, which I really want to stop doing and just be a bit more authentic and honest, because I shouldn't be pleasing other people or suppressing how I feel or who I am for other people. So I think for the new year, or just now, something I'm going to do is, if I feel one way, I'm not going to pretend to not feel it. Or if I don't know, if I have an opinion, I'm not going to hide it or brush it off around people, because I don't, like, you know, I just want to be one person, not 50, 100 different people, you know. One of the reasons why I do kind of hide my personality is because I just feel vulnerable that people will judge me, and I've spent my whole life scared of what people think of me, and it has gotten me nowhere. You just can't live your life in fear and anxiety like I have. I mean, it gets so bad. Some days I can't even leave my house because I feel so uncomfortable. Like, so uncomfortable that people will see me. And it's really shit because there's really not anything wrong with me. And I'm trying to build a life for myself. So I think another thing for the new year will be just to let go of the fear of people judging me, of people not accepting me. Maybe most of all, just accepting myself and loving myself a bit more. yeah, maybe just some more self-love, because I've hated myself for so long, and I've validated my personality and my appearance through other people. And when you strip that back and you're just alone and you're in your own head and your own thoughts, and you've got no one to validate it but yourself, you know, that's all that matters. Do you love yourself? And if you can't say yes, then something needs to change. So I think another thing that I want to reflect on, other than be a bit more honest about my personality, you know, I am a bit nerdy, I do watch weird shit, I do crack some really stupid inappropriate jokes, and I can be really one way one day and wake up the next day and be dancing and singing and really goofy, and then other times I can just be like Mr. Robot as fuck and just not want to leave my room. But that's me. I am gonna probably go to the doctors and get maybe some anxiety medication, because I was watching Dan Is Not On Fire, or Dan Howell now, he rebranded, and he was just saying he always thought he was just an anxious person, and you know, doing things feeling like shit, like just nipping to the shops and feeling like absolute shit because you're so scared and anxious. It's just not okay, and I think I'm just gonna see if I can do something about that to help myself, rather than just brush it off as me and who I am, because that's not who I am. I don't like it. It's fucking shit. I don't like that. That's how I feel. So I'm gonna do something about it, and if you feel the same, you should do something about it too. We can do it together. So another really important thing I wanted to talk about is mental health. So obviously I've just covered a bit of anxiety, but something I do, something I've never spoken about, because I've always felt like I'm going through it, and I wanted to do a video and I've got over it and it's a thing of the past, and it's like, you know, level happiness achieved, no longer depressed. But I think it's time to accept that I've had depression since I was 12, and sometimes there's nothing I can do about it. It's just basically now a part of me, and I've got coping mechanisms, and sometimes I'm fine, sometimes it doesn't affect me, and then other times it's months and months and months of just fighting it, and it's so fucking tiring. I think I'm like a very susceptible person to depression, because I struggle with it, you know, a chemical imbalance, lack of happiness cells, like I suffer with it as it is, which I want to say is probably worsened through my Lyme disease because of my body being attacked. It just suppresses a lot, and like depression and Lyme disease are very much linked together, and it was at 13 when I got bit, so you know, there's that imbalance, but there's also situational. I have been ill now for 8 years. I've been through hell and back with this illness, and I don't say that lightly. Like, there's some things that you will never be able to explain or get through on a camera that you've suffered with, and that has just made the depression worse, because I would dream of being able to do some things or live a life like other people, but I just couldn't, and it would just, you know, it'd be an ever-ending cycle of shit. I'm in a better place now, and I am stronger, and I just thought it would be worth like sharing with you guys that I do suffer and have days where I'm not myself, and it can be situational, and it can be just, you know, a disease. I don't want to be dragged back by this anymore. I want to like embrace it and understand it more. And I guess this next bit this next bit that I'm leading on to by being susceptible to it is also, it can be really like triggered by situational issues. For example, the end of a relationship or an unhealthy relationship. I really did not want to cry in this video, but there is no way I will ever be able to say what I have to say without crying. I have been in a relationship with Paige for nearly 4 years, 3.5 years. And I really did not speak about our relationship much on here just because she didn't like being on camera, and honestly it was quite up and down a lot of the time. The downs were horrific and they quite often coincide with me not filming on here, and a lot of the issues I've had to overcome is standing up for myself. And yeah, I don't know, I don't want to get into it too much because obviously it's quite disrespectful to her, but yeah, one of the issues I've had to face is believing that I deserve better. Actually, we broke up a couple of weeks ago, and it's, I've like literally lost I've literally like felt like my life has been completely turned upside down because this is somebody that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. This is somebody who knows that what we had, there is nothing like it in the world, because I felt like, not in a bad way, but I felt like just more of a person around her, like we were one person. I felt like I found happiness, but I also felt like I found a lot of other stuff that was wrong. So, and I guess so did she, because she ended it. And I think the hardest part about loving someone so much, and a part of them that is basically almost like you, like I can't even explain it, it's just you love somebody so much you would do anything for them, and that's the part that fucked me over. That's the part that got crushed and abused. Like my trust was abused in that relationship, and I know she'll agree. I mean, I'm a bit like Angela from Mr. Robot in this sense, like I always believe like great sadness or devastation has to have a bigger purpose than pettiness, because maybe that's my religion, you know, believing that everything happens for a reason. I love Paige so much, and she has been the best thing that has ever happened to me, and if she's got to find happiness elsewhere, then so do I. I forgive her for the things that hurt me, and I hope she forgives me for the things that hurt her. I don't have any hate at all. I just needed to say some things because I've been through some real shit in the last few years. And I've wanted to talk to people about it so badly, but I literally can't, because then I'd feel like I was being unfair towards her. But now we're not together, I guess it's just me, and yeah, I've got some stuff that I can talk about because I'm going through it and I'm gonna overcome it. And if anyone needs to have somebody to go through things with, then I'm your girl. And even though like I've kind of made it just sound like it was a unhealthy, shitty relationship. It wasn't all the time. Like, every relationship has its downs and ups, and we had something so special, and I think that's like what you've got to mourn, is like the loss of like the memories and the future. And you know, I know the feeling of when you lose someone, you lose a massive chunk of yourself, and that's what I'm really trying to get across here, is that through the ups and the downs of our relationship, I lost a lot of myself, but I also gained so much because of her. And I guess you've just got to like keep going and be thankful that you had those experiences, I guess. All I wanted to do on my YouTube is just be honest, and I've spent the last 6 months suppressing something that's really fucked me up. And subsequently it did end our relationship, I believe. And I feel like I would be completely lying to myself and what I want to be my career if I just hid how I feel and what's been going on, because I watch people post videos where they're talking about these things, and it literally saves me and gets me through. And I literally just thought, if I'm feeling and going through these things and there are other people out there who could need this help, why would I not share it? It's difficult going through something like this because you're angry and you want to be bitter and you want to be hateful, but you can't be, because ultimately if you love someone as much as you feel inside and cling to them, you have to let them go. If they don't want to be with you, you have to let them explore and be free and find happiness. And you know, if they come back, you just gotta let people be themselves, and love is selfish. But like I said, I always feel like there's a bigger reason to these really shit things, because maybe now it's my time to find out who I am and be a bit more open and free and honest, and do things that I felt like I couldn't do before because it would affect her or affect us or hurt her. And I don't mean bad things. This is what I mean by, you know, issues. I just mean there are certain things that in unhealthy relationships you feel like you can't do normal things, everyday things that you might get shit for or something, and you have to kind of take a step back and be like, that's not okay. Being spoken to like that's not okay. I should be able to do these things. Everyone else can do these things, but I can't. And now I'm going to be able to like live a bit more honest and freely and do and say things that maybe I felt like I couldn't do before because I'd get, you know, a consequence for it. That wasn't one-sided, because when you're treated a certain way for so long, you do sort of, I don't know, you become part of it. Like, you know, just think these things are something you've got to kind of accept, that when two people split, they're both just going off to a better place to find better things, and that's really hard, really hard to accept. But I would only ever want her to be in a better place than what she was in. Even though maybe we had the best of times and some really shit times, I will never ever love anyone how I loved her. So if that's the truth, then I guess you gotta let them go and be happy, because you can't be selfish. Like I said, every relationship behind closed doors has its ups and downs, and then to be honest, ours is no more uppity and downy than maybe the next, but it had been a long time coming. But like I said, you just want to cling on to every part of that person who you trusted and believed in, even when they weren't being that person. So something that I am going to be doing to get through this, because I'm not going to self-destruct and I'm not going to spend any more time hating myself or what's happened. Obviously, you just gotta wish that both people find ultimate happiness, and wherever or whoever that may be with. And I'm gonna spend the next, I guess the recovery time after something devastating, just looking after myself and inspiring myself and being creative. And when I go back to London, I'm just gonna live more authentically and be a bit more myself, be a bit more cray. I also deserve happiness, and I think that's something that, like, a lot of people, when a relationship ends and you have really low self-esteem, and I don't want that for myself, because I always felt like I could handle that if I had her. But she knew that was wrong as well, because I shouldn't put my happiness on having her or not. So I guess now I need to be happy by myself. I'll let you guys know how that goes, because I do want to vlog and be a bit more vulnerable with you guys, because that's what I always wanted from this YouTube channel. Anyway, I am sorry for crying, because mostly because now I look like shit. But I think this was really necessary for me to just be able to move on, because I just want to be there for other people who feel this way, and I want to be there for myself, and I want to be a lot more honest, like I said, with myself and you guys. So on that note, I'm going to end the video here. I've hinted in quite a few videos that things have been hard, and I've been saying this since June, and this is why, because there's just been a lot of stress in my life, and I'd been in denial, but now I haven't got a choice but to face it, because I'm on my own, and I need to be okay with that. So I'm gonna show you guys how we'll go through all of this together, and if you're in a really shit place, like I feel like we're just gonna go up and get through it. So keep strong, and I'm always here if anyone needs a chat. Anyway guys, I'm sorry for rambling fuck on. I love you all, and don't forget to subscribe for more content and videos. Maybe the next one will be a bit more happy. Who knows? Anyway, thanks so much guys. Bye.